Her name was Layla Monroe, 16, works part-time at the corner store after school, on a roll, babysits her niece on weekends. She had dreams, but dreams don't buy groceries, so she worked and walked, always walked, because gas money was. Her fantasy and bus fare wasn't in the budget. That Tuesday, same route, same cracked sidewalks, same broken traffic light that never got fixed, but something was different. There, just beneath the rusted bench outside the bakery, was a wallet. Thick, leather, expensive. She looked around. Nobody, no cameras, no witnesses. She picked it up, opened it slow, felt like she was opening a door to trouble. ID, cards, cash. So much cash it made her heart trip. She counted twice, $200 in hundreds, and right there, a name, Graham T. Sellers. She knew the name owner of the new tech office downtown, the guy who parks his Tesla like the world owes him space. For a second, she thought, I could keep it. Who would know? Who would even believe I found it? But she shook it off. Because Layla Monroe. She was raised by a woman who said, do right even when it feels wrong. So she turned around, walked right to the precinct, wallet in hand. The officer at the front desk barely looked up. Lost and founds down the hall. She cleared her throat. It's not mine, but I found it. Belongs to Graham T. Sellers. That made him look. 10 minutes later, she was in a grey-walled room, alone. No clock, no phone, just a table and 2 chairs. The second one didn't stay empty long. Detective Miles, bald, sharp suit, sharper eyes, walked in like he already knew. The story, sat down, said nothing, just stared. Then, you returned this wallet? Yes, found it outside the bakery. You open it? Yes, sir. Wanted to see whose it was. Did you take anything out? No, just saw the name and came here. He nodded, scribbled something, then, we have a problem. Layla blinked. What kind of problem? Mr. Sellers says there was $2,000 in that wallet. Her heart dropped. There was $200 when I found it. He leaned in, voice like ice. Then where's the rest? She froze, confused, afraid. I don't know. Maybe someone else. You expect me to believe that? Tears burned the back of her eyes, not because she was guilty, but because she wasn't. He stood up, left the room. 15 minutes later, she was in cuffs. Mugshot, phone call. Her mom screamed through the line, "Tell me this is a mistake." It was, a big one. But the system didn't blink, didn't care. She was booked, held overnight, no juvenile cell, just cold walls and colder stairs. And the next morning, everywhere she looked, she saw the headline, "Teen Girl Returns Wallet." But $800 goes missing. No one asked for her side. No one listened to the full story. Not yet. Please tell us where you are watching from on the comment section. She sat on the edge of her cot, grey walls pressing in, orange jumpsuit swallowing her dreams. She hadn't slept, didn't eat. All she thought about was the look in her mother's eyes when they brought her into that hearing room. Not fear, not shame, but disappointment, like trust had a crack now. She whispered to herself in the dark, I did the right thing. But right things don't always feel right. The DA called it petty theft. Claimed the wallet was returned, yes, but not the full contents. The missing $800 was enough for a charge, enough for a mark on her name, on her life. She had a public defender, young, kind, but overwhelmed. Cases like this, he said, don't usually go to trial. We can try for a plea deal. She looked at him like he'd lost his mind. A plea for something I didn't do. He sighed. That's how the system works. Justice is slow, but records are fast. Layla said no. Again and again, she wanted the truth, not a deal. Her mom barely spoke those first few weeks, kept her head down at work. People whispered. They always whisper, until whispers become walls that follow you everywhere. School suspended her, pending investigation. She tried to call her best friend, straight to voicemail. She logged into social media. Her name was everywhere. Memes, screenshots, comments, karma. Fake honor roll. Probably did it, they didn't know her. But they picked her apart. Then one day she got a visitor, Eli, from the corner store. Quiet guy, reads old books, has a notebook he guards like a secret. He walked in, sat down, and said the words that made her cry for the first time in days. "I believe you." He said he'd seen her find the wallet, had walked out of the bakery seconds after, saw her pick it up. Look around, head straight for the station. He never said anything before, didn't know the storm she was in, but now he wanted to help. She gave his name to her lawyer. He filed a motion, a hearing was set. Finally, and this time, Layla wasn't walking in alone. She was walking in with truth. The courtroom smelled like wood polish and nerves. Layla sat at the defendant's table, hands folded, eyes low. Her lawyer, Mr. Hart, was new. Not to law, but to public defense. He wore cheap suits, but spoke like he read poetry in law school. "This case is wrong," he whispered before the judge entered, but the truth doesn't yell, it waits for silence. She didn't know what that meant, but she hoped it meant someone, finally, would hear her. Graham T. Sellers entered the courtroom with sunglasses on indoors, cocky, confident, clean. He pointed, "That girl took my money." No hesitation, no doubt, no proof, just his word against hers. And in that room, that was enough to tilt the air heavy. The DA laid it out plain. She admits to opening the wallet. She admits to seeing the cash. She admits to bringing it to the police. But what she doesn't admit is taking the $800 that's now missing. They played it like a game, pieces on a board, while Layla sat there, just a pawn in a story she never asked to be in. Then came the twist. Because Mr. Hart, he did his homework, pulled up traffic footage, not from the bakery, but from across the street. A bank ATM cam, grainy, but there, Graham Sellers, that same day, an hour before Layla found the wallet. He's seen pulling out cash. He counts it. Not $2,000, but exactly power 200. Mr. Hart stood slow. "Your Honor, the evidence is clear. Mr. Sellers lied. There was never $2,000 in that wallet." The courtroom went quiet. Sellers shifted, stammered. Well, maybe I miscounted. Too late. Because then Hart called in Layla's school principal, testified about her grades, her reputation, her honesty. Then came the store manager. She's never even taken a gum wrapper without paying. Then, Detective Miles himself, under oath. He swallowed and admitted he never checked the footage before charging her. Didn't even verify the amount with the bank. It unraveled like threads in a tight wound lie. And finally, the judge looked down over his glasses, eyes tired. "This case should have never reached my bench." He dropped the gavel. Case dismissed, but it wasn't over, because Layla's name still trended online, still tagged in memes, still etched in gossip. The wallet girl. Some laughed, some judged, few apologized. Weeks later, Layla sat on the same bench outside the bakery. No wallet this time, just silence. And then a woman sat next to her. Stranger, late 30s. She leaned over. "Are you the girl who returned that wallet?" Layla nodded. Didn't want to talk. But the woman said, "My son dropped his phone last week. Someone picked it up, never turned it in. He lost all his college application essays." Layla looked over. The woman smiled. "You did the right thing, even if the world punished you for it." And for the first time, Layla believed it. She walked home slower that day, not because her legs were tired, but because her heart finally felt lighter. Some stories don't end in fireworks. Sometimes justice is quiet. Sometimes truth waits its turn. Layla did right and still suffered. But here's the truth. Doing The right thing doesn't always feel good at first, but it ages well. It shines with time, because reputation is what people say when they don't know you. But character is what you keep when everything else gets taken. So the next time the world tempts you to cut corners, remember Layla Monroe. She picked up a wallet and walked straight into the storm. Tell us the kind of stories you like us to post next. The end, she was walking in with truth.